Oh, he does already invalidated his lap. Lovely.
Making sure up, yeah, we're live. Welcome to Canada Round 10 of the F2. I've got a friend in the commentary box again, me and Alfie on stream again.
Evening everybody.
While we watch Omar just on his lap, I thought I'd quickly run through incidents for last week in Italy. Only had 3, which is quite nice. Once a good race, so if you missed that, go back and give that a watch. But in terms of pens, we had a 3-second penalty given to Marinov and 1 penalty point added to his licence for a collision with Flatbread, leaving a Scari. Tig and K1 had a collision on the exit of turn 2, but that got deemed as no further action. And then Broken Apple retired on track, so he got 4 penalty points added to his licence. So, in the grand scheme of things, not too bad. I've seen a message from Sponge start asking for an invite, so quickly
K1 goes first with a 1:10.802, which is a very decent time for the start of the session.
What do you think pole will be?
Yeah, I'm gonna go bold. I'm gonna hit you with a bold prediction. A low. I think they'll get into the 9s.
No, not an F2, I don't think.
Well, if K1's hitting a high 10, he can probably improve by quite a bit of time. Low 10, high 9 is my prediction.
I think F1 pole would be maybe a high 9, based on the crossplay session we did yesterday. I think the pole position in that yesterday was a 10.2 from Gabby with Zinc in second. So I think I'm going to go for a 10.4. I don't think there's going to be much. We've already got some people coming in now. Reese is in the chat, fraud. Reese missing today. Championship leader. So we'll see if Kookaburra can pounce on that, because I think he's 11 points behind. So we'll have to see, because this is the perfect scenario for the Mercedes boys. Championship leader gone. So this is the time that they need to snap up. So I'm just watching Omar's invalidate last turn as well. Nay's invalidated next across the line. We've got a Ferrari come around, and that is Wave. So watch Wave to the line. Not got a time on the board at the moment, so we can see what his first time is. First time, and he goes second. See that K1 time? K1 is a bit of a quality merchant, so we'll see if that time holds some weight.
I think it will.
Alpine coming through the last turn as well. 43 in the middle sector. And he goes 8th with his time, Matty Rambo.
Naismith's gone purple sector 1.
Oh, hop on board with them. I think in the middle sector, you're looking for your time to be in the 41s or the low 42s. So we'll see what he does when he comes across the sector line now. 41. Oh, goes into the 42s.
46.
Nate Smith is a weird driver, because last game he had some pace, and he self-admittedly he says he's a bit off the pace this game. So we'll have to keep an eye on him going into next season as well, to see if he can find his form. I mean, if he even signs up, we'll have to see when the sign-ups come out, and if he even puts himself forward to be on the grid next season.
Yeah.
Went a bit deep into the hairpin, finish it off.
It's not what you want to do.
No, time's ticking away, and that's going to put him, and he still puts him 6th. Just ahead of the reserve Edo, which is getting wheeled back in.
And BMB Games is, I think he's starting his last race.
Just finishing, yeah, and he
puts him 10th.
Yeah, stays where he is, 12.5. So it's still time to be found. This is a bit of a traffic jam coming around the final turn.
I think Waves is starting over the lap.
Sponge, I see how much. Where is it? What's the ERS? Sponge Star's on a lap.
He's invalidated, I think.
Already. And he's always head loss.
Yellow flag. Too. I think that's Naismith, I believe.
He's the lone McLaren today. Kaya's not racing today, unfortunately. Hopefully we see him in Vegas. If he's not on the track in Vegas, he'd be on the slots, losing his bank account.
Naismith's run out of fuel, and there's an Alfa Romeo closely. Oh, yep, he just goes.
Oh yeah.
And
Smart
someone
man.
has put in a faster time. I think it's Flatbread who's just got 4th.
Flatbread in
11.5.
in the Discord, he was. I think he was slightly worried as well about his pace, and he was saying, let's see what happens. Same with Reserve Tig, who said, "Don't expect much from me today, so we'll see what he can do." Obviously, he had his first race last week and showed some decent pace, so we'll see if he can follow that up.
Naismith's crawling on the back straight.
How much time's left? Oh, plenty of time left though. Wave across the line his time.
Oh,
it goes up, but he's still only 300th behind K1 still. K1 pole, anyone?
and I think Wave's on he's not on new tyres, he's on old tyres, so if he puts a new set on, then he might make him a bit of an improvement on K1.
I mean, there's still plenty of time left.
Oh yeah.
10 minutes left, so he can still do another 2-3 runs.
Yeah.
I'll put my eyes back on Omar. It's his first race of the season. He's been, just he puts it into the wall, but he's been. Has he lost his end plate? No, he's fine. Starting his time, yeah. But yeah, he's been on the grid for a couple of weeks. Had some issues with getting the game, and whether he's actually racing or if he's on holiday. But it's good to see Omar back. Last season he was in F1 and he showed some pace. So I mean, we'll see. This is the first time I've watched him on F1 23, so we'll see how his pace holds up.
Just to interrupt there, Dylan Ark is 3 seconds up on his time.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, he has got a 17 at the moment, so we'd hope he'd be up. Dylan confident as well, so we'd expect to see him in the mix. Oh yeah, that's exactly where he'd expect him to be. He said hoping for top 5, but at the moment he's gone professional pole by exactly a 10th to the man K1.
He was down slightly in Sector 1, he was 200ths down, and then he just gains his time back from Sector 2 and Sector 3, so he's just got a...
Dylan's been in the mix for some poles before, but I don't think he's actually ever got a pole. I'll double check that. But I don't think he has to watch Omar across the line quickly as well.
Off on his time, 400ths. I think he made a bit of a mistake coming out the hairpin, so I think that'll lose him a bit of time.
And just as you say that, Omar put it up into P4, so full-time driver just ahead of the reserve driver in Tig, so considering how much we've been talking at Tig, considering Omar's put it P4, I think that's a solid first lap in quality.
Yeah. And he goes 6th. A 10th improvement. Yeah, so we're starting to see drivers breaking into the 110s from Omar to Dylan, but I think Kookaburra, who hasn't started the lap, Shocker, who's on his lap.
I'm on board with Shocker now, yeah. It's interesting. Kookaburra's always... and that's going to be a this and next lap because of the way this game and the track is laid out, so all eyes on Shocker.
No, it's not.
Oh, is it not? Okay, that's fine. Good for him.
No.
Could set a nice time. Shocker 20 in the first sector. Only the 2 Mercs at that time. I think this is their chance. Like I said, with Reese not in, they need to score big. I think for the constructors and for the drivers, I think Kookaburra needs a strong finish. And I mean, if they want to leapfrog Ferrari, I think they need both cars in the top. I don't know, the top 3. Yeah, well ideally they get 1-2, but I'd say they need both in the top 6-7 for solid points.
Yeah.
Kookaburra is always going to be in the mix for a win, and it's how high Shocker can finish. Hopefully he's in the mix for the top 5 or so.
Kookaburra's gone purple middle sector with a 42.3.
Oh,
he was a 19.8 into sector 1, so he must have found a few tenths.
Shocker about to cross the line now. He goes 7th, which is kind of where you'd hope him to be. I think he's in the mix there. We switch to Kookaburra when he crosses the line. Does he keep it valid that he does, but he's a bit slow. He's focused on just getting the time on the board, I think, which is important still, so watch him across the line. And even that puts him P5, so I'd take that as a banker when I was doing the crossplay.
Run out of fuel again? No, he hasn't, he's just gone slow on the straight.
Who's this coming across? We've got an BFB Games. Oh, and he's invalidated on the last, just before the Wall of Champions. Matty Rambo's in the wall as well. Lucky to keep his wheel on.
He was narrowly avoiding Naismith coming down the straight, so I think that's what
May have put him off slightly, yeah.
Because I did see that Nair moved very last minute to the side.
Will we see a report on that then?
Possibly.
Nah, we'll have to see. Concealer in the chat says that he hopes times are faster than this in F1. Yeah, I think naturally they will be. I mean, just in the crossplay test we were doing yesterday, to see if Season 4 will include Xbox and PC. Like I said, the poll was 10.2. I think even you said you were going to get a 10.2, so I'd say, yeah, poll in F1, it would be half a second up on this, maybe a bit more.
Wave, cutting back to Wave, he is on his lap. He was 5 thousandths down in Sector 1. He's 2 tenths up now into Sector 2, with a bit of a lock-up into the hairpin. So I think he could snap pole from Dylan, but it'll only be
provisional.
A tenth. It'll be a tenth and a half, I reckon.
This is where he's going to be sweating. He's now thinking about this final turn, just try not to invalidate. Can he keep it fast and tidy? He does, that's clean.
Perfect.
Time's ticking, what can he do? And he does. And he does it by just over 2 tenths. 10.4. That's a solid little time. This is exactly where the lone full-time Ferrari driver wanted to be. Ido reserving in the pits, but down in 12. So at the moment he's fighting one-handed against the 2 Mercs. But the Mercs, not best positioned at the moment in 9th and 5th. Who was on the
And Naismith has run out of fuel again.
Yeah, big up Wave. We'll have to see. Yeah, well, I don't understand why some people choose to run low fuel. I think when you're just trying to get into the rhythm, I think first run I always tend to set my fuel level to 9 kg, so I can if I invalidate I can do another. It seems like he's almost going for 1 lap and then just mudding it and then coming back into the pit. So
I think he's sort of thinking it's like a time trial. He's
just
thinking 1 lap under, and then think if you invalidate it, you can't like restart your lap. And someone, that's the FB Games. I don't know if he's up. Yeah, I don't personally I'd put about, like you say, about 8-9 kg into the tank. It just depends on what track I'm doing and if I've practiced.
Maybe for the last run, you lower it down to 5 or 6 because it's your last run. But if you're doing one, I'm just watching Omar as well. That's a very clean Sector 1. I just see what the Delta's saying on Omar's time. He's nearly 2 tenths up, yeah. So if he keeps this as it is, that would put him above K1. Close to Dylan in 2nd. He's the only one in the top 7 that's actually out on track on a time. Come on, Omar. Can you put him in the top 3? First race of the season, like I said. He's 3 tenths up.
Sector. Oh, that wasn't purple.
I'm assuming purple's what, Wave or Kookaburra still?
I think it's Wave with a 41, hard 41.
Yeah. Now, can Omar keep it valid? If he keeps this, and if he holds this time, this could put him in the mix for pole.
And that is it.
Oh, he had to ease off. No, he had to slightly lift before he hit the wall, so it compromised him slightly. And it compromised him a lot. That nearly lost him 3 tenths just that bit, unless he lost it all at the hairpin, but...
I think so. Nope.
Oh no, he's had enough. I guess he probably wouldn't have done another run, would he? But
no,
that's
I think most people are saving a set of softs, which
maybe. What would your strategy be?
It depends really on where I'm starting. If I'm being honest with you, if I'm starting at the front, I'd personally do like, has spun. I think that's fun stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm starting at the front, I'd start on the hards and then go to the mediums.
Yeah.
But then if I'm starting at the back, I genuinely want to get track position, so I'd go on the faster tyre and then just switch over to the hards and then... But you don't know...
Sorry, I just interrupted you. I was on board with him, and Marinov just put it P3. He was he went purple in the middle sector. I was thinking, is this a glitch? And followed him round, and he's banged at P3 out of nowhere.
And we're getting into the closing stages of qualifying. Everyone is pretty much out on track.
Yeah, Who is next across the line? We've got Haz coming to the line. Is he on a lap? It will be Sponge Star probably, won't it? Oh no, it's K1 about to start his time. Yeah.
He has Dylan behind him, technically on track. So if Dylan catches up, he's technically he's got a bit of a tour going down the straights.
We'll watch K1 on this time while we wait for the others to fully start their final runs. K1 currently...
Waves a 10th up.
Oh, even more, okay. Well, K1 if he wants to make any indent, he's a 10th behind Marinov and Dylan, so what can he do in sector 1?
Waves lost it.
Who is next on track? I think it will be K1. I think K1 will be the next across the line compared to him and Dylan. Dylan's directly behind him, so... K1 with... good speed do there.
I think there's been an incident with an Aston Martin and a McLaren. I just saw it on the mini-map there. They were both going slowly. Whether it's just they were both slowing down for each other, but Waves, I think he's kept it.
K1 slightly slow at the hairpin. He's still over 10th up, so we'll see if he can follow this into the last chicane, keep it out of the wall of champions. Oh, he went slightly deep. Will he still be up on his time? I don't feel like he will be.
Oh, Dylan
no.
Made a mistake. Yep, Dylan's
gone to P2. Is he stayed? Oh yeah, completely stayed the same. So who's last? Kookaburra still yet to set his last time. Where can Kookaburra go? Kookaburra stays 6th. Shock at 11th as well. So not ideal for the Mercedes boys.
No.
Flatbread coming to the line. I think. Oh, he's invalidated. Matty Rambo coming around as well. Watch him across the line. He goes up to 7. Good time. Good day for the Alpine boys. I don't think they probably expected to be that high, so kudos to them. I think it's just Zippy left, as Zippy stays at 11th.
In the pits.
Yeah, so that is your order then. So Wave, in the absence of his teammate, he's managed to bang it on pole by just over 2/10 to Dylan. Dylan, like I said, in P2, and perhaps a surprise P3, and Marinov, second race of the season as a full-time driver, he puts it 3rd in the Alpine. K1, usually, but always reliable in quali, puts it P4. Omar in his first race, P5. Then it comes the first of the Mercedes in Kookaburra, only 6th. The other Alpine 7th, and then you got the second Ferrari of Edo in 8th as a reserve. Well, Alfie in the chat as well is saying that there might have been a qualifying collision between Naismith and someone, so we'll see. We'll check the FI reports after and see. Yeah, like I said, Wave on pole, Dylan 2nd, Marinov P3, and then rounding off the top 10 from earlier, Tig reserving again. And he is P9 this time, so I don't think he's put much practice in, so hopefully he can move up in the race. And then Naismith rounds at the top 10.
Interesting qualifying that, if I'm being completely honest. With just out of nowhere sets a 10.4. K1 didn't improve, I don't think.
No, he didn't.
I think
he messed up his last chicane. He was up on his time, but then he crossed the line down on this time. Sponge Start and Polo Prezi a little bit off the pace, 3 seconds off of the actual pole time, so maybe they got a bit more race trim in their setup, so we'll see what they can do in the actual full main event. Flatbread in the chat as well, saying that he's actually convinced with Naismith, so it looks like we'll at least be having one report before the actual main race, so we'll see what the outcome of that is next week in Vegas. Well. Predictions? Any predictions? Predictions in the chat as well.
I think Kookaburra will get a podium. I think he'll either win or get 2nd. The worst I think he'd do is he'd get 3rd. I think his race pace is, looking from Monza, his race pace was very strong.
Yep.
Even though the safety cars helped him basically, because he could just move on to the softs, and then especially towards the end he just went on the softs and just like basically glided past everybody.
Yep. Gabby's in the chat. Hello, teammate. Hello. But yeah, well, I think the main factor for this race is going to be time pens. It's very bad for warnings and stuff on track limits. 4 red lights, 5 red lights. We get Wave on the inside to start the race. Can he cover off from Dylan on the outside? Dylan tries to go around it. Oh, and Wave goes deep and covers him off. Oh, I see a car. Oh, there's been carnage behind.
Kookaburra hits into K1, I believe.
There's a bit of a pile up there. Zippy got tagged into the wall. It's all about survival in these first couple of laps. Prezi already gets a warning that I'm just on board with him. Flip back up. See, this collision has helped the front four just run away a little bit. Oh, and the Ferrari's round. Oh, it's Ida. Okay, so it's only the reserves though. It's not the end of the world for Ferrari because their main man's still up front.
Covering off from Dylan, he might try and go for the outside. He's gonna go send it into the hairpin.
It's just on board with
Wave
bananas.
goes for the switchback. Oh, then it doesn't work.
So Dylan's already made the move up into the lead.
I think Marinov might try and have a go of Wave. No, he's too far back.
No, I think now that the early chaos has happened, I think it's just about settling into the race now. Oh, and Marinov tags the wall already. It's not what he wants. Dylan fast time as he crosses the line first. So Steve gets it second time around. The Wave just has to stick with him, I think. Flatbread. Yeah, this is another thing as well. This pit lane can be hard for speeding. So, like I said before, with track limits, 5-second penalties for speeding in the pit lane, I think that's going to be... Kookaburra's already picked up 3 warnings. Lost the place off the start. This has not been a favourable start to the Merc boys. This is not what they wanted. On a race that...
try and capitalise on Naismith's mistake, and he got covered off.
Yeah, Dylan's running away slightly at the front. Marinov's sticking with Wave. And then it's a front 4, slightly spaced out before we go back to K1 by himself. Slightly trying to tag along to... he takes the hairpin slightly narrow, but he's trying to keep up with Omar. And then it's Naismith and Kookaburra side by side at the moment. But Kookaburra does have that penalty, as we said. Yeah, takes a smart move. He tucks back in. Doesn't want to risk death.
Gonna have a look on Paulo. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, he's gone for the outside into the wall of champions, and they've hit each other. Paulo and Slippy have hit each other, and Matty Rambo
tagged the back. Polo's already out of ERS as well.
It's not what you want really on the second lap of the race.
I mean, it's all well and good keeping in the train that you're in early doors, but it's going to leave him vulnerable for the next 6-7 laps before you fully... Oh, and Polo Prezi, Matty Rambo both get 3-second penalties, just trying to keep it. See, time penalties are going to...
just got past Wave.
He has, yeah. Oh, and he gets 3 seconds. See, already, you've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers already on the grid with penalties. One of them... and Wave tags the back of Marinov.
Is that a safety gun? I don't think he's out. I think he's just...
He's
not. No. Matty Rambo's going to go send it. No, he's backed out. As
Wave's making a move.
Wide, and Shocker's just hitting the back of Matty Rambo.
Wave makes the move into P2, just quickly saying. Although Marinov draining his ERS just to try and make the move, but Wave does have that second dose of DRS, so he pulls away. He's back into P2. These 3 are starting to... Well, they're keeping that gap to Dylan, but they're starting to drop away from Omar, who's tucked up 19th and 4th. Matty Rambo and Polo Press is still scrapping away. They've already lost touch with Lippy though, haven't they?
Yeah. Coming out of the hairpin, Shocker. I think Shocker tapped into the back of Matty Rambo, saying that.
Ito's round as well. Ito's round last turn. Has he got damage? Oh, I think he's missing part of his M plate. Just pulls over to that flatbread through. I don't know what these guys are doing. Oh, it must be an illegal overtake. That's painful for flatbread because he was gone.
Dylan is...
Oh, I just went on a ball with Shocker and Polo Prezi put him in the wall.
Oh.
Is that Shocker
Shocker
without a
of
wing?
damage.
I don't think he has a
Looks
front
like-
wing.
No.
Oh,
Nope,
it
Shocker
goes
doesn't
from
have a wing.
bad to worse for Mercedes. I came on board and it looked like Polo Prezi just squeezed him into the wall, so that's something else I assume the stewards will be having to deal with. But I mean, Kookaburra's made up
Kookaburra's in
some
fifth.
ground. Yeah, he's got K1. Right, he's just been passed by Kookaburra, but does K1 think about the move? No. I know he does love a dive bomb, but he thinks better. He's tucked it on behind Kookaburra for now. As Omar gets past Marinov. I think Omar would have just picked up a warning for that, but he's through.
K1 with a pen now.
5 laps in, and we've already got several drivers with penalties. This could define the outcome of the whole race. If there's a late safety car and you've got some people in the top 5 with pens, they're gonna plummet down the order.
You just need the guy behind them who has literally no pens or anything.
As he does,
in the pits.
he sacked it off already. Yeah, I mean, I think he might have had rear wing damage because he spun come around the last chicane.
Yeah. Marinov might have a try another go on Omar coming down the back straight. Omar has the ERS advantage, which he isn't burning, neither is Marinov. So he might be just like tapping it on and off.
Yeah, I think early stage of this race, now that it's settled down, I think we've said before, it's now about staying in it. I think you just need to maintain your ERS and think smart, because otherwise you're just going to drain your ERS and then ruin your own race. I think if
We've got
Marinov...
another pen.
BFB gains, yeah. I think if Marinov's smart, I think he should just stay tucked up behind Omar for a bit. And
I think
let
that
Omar drain his battery.
was a warning from Marinov.
I mean, you could go check. I don't really want to go check the warnings just in case, but he's already. I'll have a look at the pens already.
I'll look see if that's a warning. Yeah, that was a warning.
8 drivers already have penalties.
Him off. Oh,
tucked up
sugar. I'm stuck on the screen.
This is exactly why I didn't do it. Yeah, you just have to reload him.
I shall be back.
I'll keep you updated. And Marinov is going to have another bite at the cherry on Omar. 2/10 behind, both of the 3 second, but just lets him through. Marinov flies back up into P3. But while they're doing this, and Dylan gets a 3 second pen.
So what, 10 people with pens?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Sponsire's out. Sponsire's out, and there's a BSC.
Could
Has
that
he been
convert
that?
to a safety car?
I'm watching it, but it doesn't look like it. Does anyone at the back risk pitting it? I mean, it's only a VSC, but no. Oh, it's gone. It's gone into full safety car.
Now this changes the race.
Oh, Polo Prezi had he did it perfectly. When the safety car came out, he was perfectly positioned, and then he went and sped in the pit lane, and he ruined his hard work. Bananas in the pits as well. So these guys must be loving it because they're back in the game now. These guys, I mean, Bananas is already 14 seconds behind just Polo Prezi in 12th, so these guys, I mean, people like Flatbread and Shocker, this is a blessing for Shocker. He's back in the race after having to change his front wing and pit, so the Merc dream is still alive.
You just think of what the leaders are going to do. Do you think they'll pit for hards? You just don't know what they will do.
Dylan definitely will, because I've only just realised that Dylan was on the softs. So Dylan will easily pit, I think. These medium boys, I don't know. So it'd be interesting. Realistically, I think that all the front for everyone. I think if anyone's listening or something, I mean, I would come for the hards. I think you just chuck the hards on and take them for as long as they go. Shocker, Bananas. I mean, Bananas just pitted, but Shocker will stay out on these hards, and it just joined the back of the pack.
Dylan's gone on mediums.
He has. So he's committing to the 2-stop. I mean, realistically, I think everyone will have to do a 2-stop, but yeah. Kookaburra.
There's no way the hards will make it.
28 laps.
No.
28 laps. Oh, really could, but I mean, you'll be driving on just dead rubber at the end, but I think there's a chance.
It'd be like you're driving on ice.
Yeah.
That's what it'll literally be like. And Wave retakes the lead as he almost... Looks like he almost went into the safety car.
Yeah, Wave...
Something you don't want to do.
Stayed out. Wave, Marinov, Omar, Naismith all stayed out on their tyres. So they all are committed, they're committed to the one stop. At this point,
Yeah.
everyone behind that pitted, they have to pit again, because these hards or mediums, whichever they've gone onto, won't make it to the end. So Dylan, even though he's on the fresher tyres, he's going to have to pit again like the guys in front.
Maybe this is redemption from Wave last week, because he did retire in Italy, I believe.
He didn't retire, but... Oh, did he retire? Let me bring it up. I know he had a bit of a stinker, but I don't think he retired.
I think he finished last. Oh, he did. No, I think he got points, but he had 9 seconds of pens, so it did bring him down a little bit.
Wow. I'll assess. Where did Wave finish? Wave he was 7th. There was 9 finishes last week, and Wave got 7th. So, considering he started P3, and I think he got bashed off literally on the opening lap, and then it was game over for him. So, I think he must be enjoying a bit of clear air. I mean, he's the only one, him and Tig are the only people in the top 10 without a penalty. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're all 3 seconds apart from Matty Rambo on 6. Yeah, Polo Prezi picked up the 5 seconds.
Marinov has 6 seconds.
Marinov does have 6 seconds, yeah, I didn't see that.
Both the Alpines have 6 seconds.
Come on, lads, keep it within the lines. I think when you're following a car, I think you obviously get the turbulent air that force you wide, but because you're in the slipstream, I think they need to kind of ease off a bit and just make sure they're keeping it within the lines. Polo Prezi's got one behind the safety car. I'm assuming that's because he's trying to catch up.
Yeah,
he's coming flying, man. Come on, lads. I think Shoko, I mean, he might have PTSD following Polo Prezi because he was the guy that put him in the wall, but off this restart, he wants to clear this Williams as soon as possible.
Polo Prezi is using his ERS under the safety car. He's on 30%.
Do you know what? I rate it. He wants a scrap. But he can get it up slightly behind the safety car, but I mean...
Will it be enough, though?
I don't know. Well, I think there might be one more lap. Flatbread's the last to catch up, and he won't catch up before they exit the hairpin, so I think we'll do one more. Unless it's a late call, which I don't see happening, but...
No.
Wave just needs to do a runner, I think. I mean, I think the softs would probably, if you're doing a one stop, I think the softs would do somewhere between 12 and 15 laps. Actually, well, they could do a bit, I guess it depends how much they push them. Realistically, if you're trying to do the mediums, but I don't think the softs are a viable tie here for a one stop. I think if you're one stopping, you're doing mediums to hards or vice versa.
Yeah.
So then if you're going hards, you could do 20 on the hards, so I think realistically anywhere within laps 14 to 18 we'll be seeing them come in. So these front, how many is it? These front 4 have got potentially 5 laps of racing to leg it as far down the road as possible to make this gap work, because everyone's bunched up. These guys, it's only these guys as well, they're all plummeting down.
Yeah.
Wave, Marinov, Omar, Naismith, Matty Rambo, all on the tyres that they started the race on. Everyone else behind now has pitted, whether it's to do with damage or strap.
Marinov, did he spin or did he just... It's hard to see what happened on my screen.
His car looks okay.
I think I think he gave the wall a love tap. He just gave the wall a kiss.
It's just practicing. He's just getting out of his system for the actual race, so it's fine. And it is safety car
in this lap. So Wave he wants to basically catch everyone lacking, which you want to do on every restart, don't you? You know, so it's.
I think the person to watch on the restart is going to be Dylan. He's in the mix with these old tyres. He's on the medium, so he's on the softer compound compared to the people behind that have pitted, and he's on 7 lap fresher mediums compared to the 4 in front.
As we Wave.
Oh, he takes it slow, but yeah,
he gets us underway.
Polo Prezi needs to calm himself down a bit, I think. Dylan, he thought about a move straight away. But it's all quite neat and tidy at the front at least.
Oh, Marinov's gone again. And Dylan has got past Naismith, I think.
He goes for nearly tags the back of Marinov, but yeah, he makes that move stick. Marinov's lost the back end, so that lets Omar slide back into P2. Good for Wave again, just scrapping behind.
And Marinov goes again. Are these mediums really?
Yeah. I think you get to that point with the mediums where the tyres here do feel awful, and it's been said several times in the chat compared to the grip on China. So I think it's a lot of people are sliding all over the place, so I'm not that surprised. But I mean, he's already lost, what, 2 places off the restart?
Yeah.
That's one the Hasboys goes deep. It's K1 gets a little better exit.
Dylan is past Omar.
Oh, look at that gap already though, down to just the Marinov.
Yeah.
Marinov's had an awful first lap. Oh, and he's tagged the wall as well. Oh, he's had an awful exit, but that's 4 abreast.
That's not going to end well.
Oh, and it hasn't. But Alpine's come together. Somehow they've survived. Oh, and he's coming back on the track. Tig manages to bully his way through, keep it from spinning, but Marinov down to 7th. The Polar Prezzi's out. Has he put it in the wall or is he in the pits?
No, he's retired in the pits, yeah.
He sacked it off. I mean, yeah, already had multiple
16 seconds.
Yeah, it's a shame for him on his first race, but we'll see. We'll see what he can do in Vegas. I mean, Vegas is probably a bit more painful, but and I think there's Naismith already in the pits. So has he already decided? And wait, Dylan's in the lead. We've missed the overtake for the lead. Dylan's already had wave, so these fresher tyres, I think the mediums have fallen off.
Yeah.
But then it's interesting.
I think they get to... Yeah. Sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the thing with Dylan, though, that's interesting, he's going to have to pit again. So even though he's pulling away, like these couple behind him, he's going to have to pit as well. We've got a yellow flag. Is that Bananas? Oh, we've had a collision between BFB Games and Bananas. And we cut to Shocker losing a place to... Oh, Marinov. Marinov race. It's just falling apart, isn't it? I feel for the guy. You can tell he's started into the pits to get rid of these dead mediums, but has the damage already been done? Shock and Flatbread goes side by side through turn 2. Oh, Flatbread goes around the outs. Can he get it round? He does, all the way around the outside of Shocker.
Is that Flatbread on Shocker?
Yeah, for the P9. Shocker, don't make the move. Oh. Give me anxiety watching that. K1's right in the back of Omar. Goes down the inside. Oh, and then is he going to be in DRS of Wave? He should get a bit of DRS on Wave as well, so he might be able to hold this off. Whether Omar tries to hang on for the move. No, he stays tucked behind. See, we've got a bit of a DRS train forming here behind Wave. Dylan's legged it. Dylan's 3 seconds up the road, but I mean, he does have that pen, worth remembering, so we'll watch that when the race unfolds, because Dylan will have to pit, but look at the squabbling back there. Just watch Kookaburra zagging all over the place.
They're going to go side by side?
Oh, and they both got wide. Oh! Wow, that was never going to end well going side by side through the final corner, so...
No.
I mean, you could say that was Omar's fault for trying to hang out, because he should have backed out really, but he tried to go side by side with Kookaburra. You can't go side by side through there. There was never going to be the space.
No, and Omar, he's got 5 seconds.
Yeah. So it was for that. So he must have had an illegal overtake and he just failed to give it back. So, and
he probably felt like that he shouldn't have gave it back, but in all fairness, he should have, because Kookaburra, as you say, he was ahead.
Yeah. I mean, even if he wanted to get that appealed, I mean, he's going to have to pit again. So he's going to save it in the pit, so it's not going to be able to be removed. So that's 5 seconds just added on to Omar's time regardless, I think. It's K1 as well. On his fresher tyres, is up ahead of Wave into P2. So this is the first of the 2 guys that have been on pit stops. Dylan's went up for the mediums, committed to this potential 2-stop. K1 potentially trying to drag it out for a 1-stop if the hards can make it. If is a big question, like we've said. Wave though, thinks better. He doesn't make the move. He doesn't make a Kookaburra Omar situation. Stays tucked behind. But look, the new tyres. He's gone. Look at Omar. What's Omar's pen situation on now? Omar's on 11 seconds of pens. Wait, we've got the safety car. Who's been in the wall? I'm assuming it's BFB Games or Bananas. As one of them hasn't got a front wing, surely. No, they do. Who's been off? It's Kookaburra.
Sorry, I had my mic on mute.
Oh, Kookaburra. Yeah, Kookaburra's put it in the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's scrapping with Omar. Yeah. Alfie in the chat said potential collision. I mean, considering the driving of Omar getting 11 seconds, that wouldn't surprise me.
What I was meant to say before was Marinov and BFB Games, they had a bit of a collision. BFB Games spun. I think Marinov was overtaking him, and he just went on the curb a bit and spun. But it was hard to actually get a proper view on it. So if they take it to the stewards, they take it to the stewards. I couldn't see from my end.
Now, second safety car. Who pits? Who stayed out? Wave will definitely pit.
Yeah. So I think they're all diving into
Omar.
the pits.
Dylan stayed out, but I mean, he's only just...
Yeah.
If I was Dylan, though, I mean, what did he start? And started on the softs. I think the hards can go to the end. If you went on a fresh set of hards from now, I think they make the end.
Yeah. Alpha Tauri are double stacking.
Did Omar have... Omar's the second one in anyway. But look, he's serving the 5 second, though, so that's at least putting him back in the mix. Safety car has saved him somewhat.
Kookaburra's gone on soft as losing his wing. Did he collide with K1? I think he did.
I think from the inside intel I'm getting, Kookaburra collided with Omar.
No, I was on board with the Haas, and it sort of just went into the back of him. But it could have been Omar. I
mean, considering that they might have had some bad blood from that instant, the chicane, and Omar's just sent it into him, but we'll see. I mean, one thing Shocker up in P3, but he is on the oldest set of tyres because he did have that front wing damage early on and pitted.
Yeah. If I was Shocker, I'd potentially go... See, you might not have a spare set of mediums. The game might just put you on the mediums you had at the start of the race. So
it depends what allocation he's went with. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Shocker, because how long have these hards have probably got another 10 laps in them? Shocker won't be making it to the end.
No, unless he tyres it. If he conserves his tyres, he'd probably go to lap 30.
Yeah. Alpha in the chat as well saying that Zlippy and Shocker can get mugged on the restart. Fresh tyres of K1 and Tig, they'll be gone. They might
Dylan potentially, if he butchers the restart and then gets capitalised by the guys behind, and Omar's out.
Omar's out? Has he just sacked it off? Has he chucked it in the wall?
Yeah. No, he's just gone in the pits and
See, I understand the other pens, but this is what frustrates me sometimes. Like, I mean, you're a cult for this. I'd see out the race. I don't see why people sack the races off like this. Maybe I'm just too optimistic, but I would always just stay in the race.
Obviously, like, if it's like a long track, like, I don't know. Obviously, this is a long race with 35 laps. It's still quite a bit early in the race to sack it off. You know, anything can happen now. Like, there could be a massive crash for all we know. Hopefully there isn't, but...
the reasons for Omar is apparently grip, which... I mean, I'm just slightly perplexed with that. I mean, everyone's driving the same track, everyone's got the same grip level, so...
Yeah.
I think at that point you just got to firm it. And just try and make it to the end. Points are points. I mean, he had the pace to be near the front, so all he had to do was just kind of stay out, survive, and just try and keep the pens neat and tidy.
4 people are out at the moment. So, do we see any more? Hopefully we don't. Hopefully everyone who's racing at the moment finishes. Kookaburra, I didn't realise it. I knew he was going to go for the softs because Naismith's back in the pits.
Is he just going to call it a day? I mean, he's 5 lap hards. I don't understand why he's
might go into mediums.
I think they haven't fixed his wing damage. No, what is he doing?
No.
Mediums.
They will go to the end. I doubt they'll go to the end.
18 lap mediums. Mediums here. I mean, we saw from the front couple, once it got to 10 laps on the mediums, they were skating. So doing 8 laps
Yeah.
on the mediums, I mean, he's gonna be hating life near the end of the race. But I mean, considering how the race has gone, there may be another safety car. He may be banking on a safety car in the last however many laps for a switch. Alfie in the chat saying about K1, not K1, Kookaburra. He's one of the ones that is definitely committing to to another stop, because Shocker will have to. I mean, both of the Mercedes will have to pit. You'd think that Lippy and Dylan will have to pit as well. Everyone else, I think, though, could make it to the end. The hards.
They could make it to the end, but the tyres will be gone.
I think everyone on the mediums, you put a question mark above them and think they might have to pit. I think if you're on the hards now and Marinov, Flatbread, Wave, Matty Rambo, they've all got minimal wear on the hards. I think the hards can make it.
Yeah.
Kookaburra, they're the only one on the softs. So we'll see what he can do in the restart. I mean,
I think he's aiming to get the track position back.
Yeah. I mean, he's tucked up behind Wave, who has been leading the race for large portions of this, so...
Can Wave get the lead back? Is the question.
I mean, if you're on about track position, I mean, like we said, the mediums, do they make it to the end? He wants to clear Flatbread and Marinov. I've just seen Wade as well. He must have picked up a penalty behind the safety car, because I don't think he had one before.
Shocker's got a good restart. He might try and have a look into turn one. No,
it's a very aggressive restart.
Bananas and Matty Rambo side by side.
Hey, they've already been dropped, haven't they? Bananas already 2 seconds behind Kookaburra's in ninth.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a slight Matty Rambo train, so they see that now that Bananas is back in the clear. Well, Marinov went very... Marinov
can Ty go for it on K1.
Marinov struck in already as well on these hards. Went deep again through that
side by side. No,
tucked in behind. But that's a warning, surely. Another one. That being said, Tiger's one of the only ones without a warning, without a penalty. So
Marinov sends it,
and Kookaburra behind sent it as well. Exact same move, synchronized. Lippy and K and Shocker still holding up. But I mean, how long for? Because K1 is right on the back of Shocker. I think the exit he's going to get on this last turn, if he gets it right, it's going to be so much... Oh, he's went slightly deep. Marinov gets another 3 seconds.
Not Marinov's there, honestly.
14 seconds depends.
He goes for it into turn 1 on K1, yeah.
Ooh, he's trying to hang it out.
A bit of contact.
A bit more. Bolstering each other. Ooh.
And Marinov behind tried to go for the middle, but then that wouldn't have worked.
This is what... you could say this is worse. Wave gets another 3 seconds. That's not good for him. He's fallen back as well, slightly off the restart. Oh, Marinov makes a late time. Oh, tags the back of time. This is the worst case for Kookaburra. He's on these fresh softs. He needs to clear people, and he's getting put in a bit of a dogfight. He's going for Marinov though. He's trying to clear at least one.
His teammate does.
They've collided. Marinov left him no space on the inside. Flicked him round. It feels like the Merc boys are getting bullied. And there's contact as well between Tiger and Shocker, but this is the time we're seeing the tyres, aren't we? The tyre advantage, because Tiger looks like he should go past. I mean, he's drained all his ERS though. But he goes up to 4.
Dylan is nearly 3 seconds ahead. So...
It's interesting to see how these last 15 laps are going to play out, because the strategy is going to be different between a lot of these cars, whether they pit or don't pit. So we've still got a lot left to happen, and the penalties, look, people like Zippy, Tig, Flatbread, Bananas, if they can keep it within the lines and keep it... I've just
you scored too soon.
I'm joking. Well, okay, just down to the 2 then, but just these 2, if they can keep it within the lines and keep it...
And K1.
With a blank slate.
Matty Rambo glides past him.
Neat and tidy. He's on the fresh tyres, isn't he? So you'd expect that. K1 now on the fresher tyres. I mean, Tig, you'd think will clear Zippy as well.
Maybe he'll go for it into the heavy. No, he doesn't.
He thinks about it. He wants the DRS. Yeah, he could have sent it. But Alfie makes a good point in the chat.
He wants the DRS for K1.
Yeah, I mean, he should sail past him. Alfie said in the chat as well, though, this is big for the championship, this race. Kookaburra already out of the points, and he needs to pit again. Is there going to be space?
They're going side by side.
And he's...
Oh!
I'm surprised he's not out. He's very lucky. He just got wing damage, though. It's painful because he's going to have to do a whole another lap. I feel so bad for Zippy now. I feel like he's always caught up in incidents. Every single week, this guy gets chucked in the wall.
Justice for Zippy, man.
Yeah, just put it in the chat. Justice for Zippy. But Tig, contact or not, he's up into P3.
There's only 2 people without pens. So if Ty can keep it behind K1 and Dylan,
I feel like
he'd won.
I feel like he just got another warning there, just on board with him. I feel like that I've seen him get 2, so I feel like he's on it. He's on his last legs for no pens.
And that'll mean everyone from 4th down to 13th, with exceptions from Zalepi, is Marinov sort of gone onto the softs. So he might try and go for the fastest lap, which is an extra point.
Extra point if they're in the top 10, as it's changed this season, so you do have to be in the top 10. So you can't scum a point in like 14th. So as Wave gets
into 3rd.
And Wave goes deep. And he's going to get straight back past him. And Wave's still got the DRS, so he might cling on. And he does, but I mean, a heart and mouth moment. But it's being said in the chat as well that people think the win is going to be between Flatbread and Wave. So people are not backing these medium runners going to the end.
No.
I think if you're them, you're probably praying for a safety car. Because a safety car at any point from now, and these medium runners are loving life. Because they can come on, they can put, if it's a fresh set of mediums or softs, softs for 12 laps is a bit of a push, but around here especially. But.
I mean, Kookaburra is on 7 lap holds, and he had damage, didn't he? No, he didn't. He just got spun.
Yeah, it was Lippy has damage,
Tig,
and that's why he's in the pits.
Tig is like really low on ERS. He's 11%, but like, I personally would just sit harvest in the corners and then just burn on the straights, but like, it's hard to conserve ERS around this track. So you really, I don't know.
Tig, though, he keeps burning his ERS. They're both. Wave's about to flash as well. They're both on no ERS, and I think, especially for Tig, I think he needs to just sit behind Wave. I think. Because I don't feel like the battle for the win is for Dylan. Because he has to pit.
No.
There's no
Dylan
way there.
needing to pit.
Yeah, there's no chance he does another 11 laps on these mediums. So it's a guarantee that he will pit. So Wave is already 15-20 seconds behind this, but it's whether the likes of Wave and Flatbread do pit, which I don't see them needing to. I mean, they do under 20 on a set of hards.
And Dylan is, from looking from K1's point of view, because he is gaining quite a bit. I think it's like a 10.5 a lap.
K1.
He is K1's. He's slowly but surely gaining. On the straights he is losing time, but the corners he is gaining that back. But Dylan is like, it's like he's on an ice rink with them tyres. It's like
they're cooked.
I mean, 16 lap hold.
I mean, fair play. That's a chunky stint. So do you know what? Fair play to him. I would not want to do 16 on the medium. So I think he's just trying to drag this out as long as he can, because he's trying to do a soft stint at the end, surely, because there's no point in him going hard now. So he must be trying to do 7-8 laps on the softs to end the race. Kookaburra in the pits again.
Softs.
Another set of softs, but it's just a shame because he's already
Wave 9 seconds now, I believe.
And Wave was
Wave on 9.
It is. He was one of the ones early doors that was trying to keep it nice and tidy, but he's just it's just got away from him slightly. I think he's just been pushing to try and get back in the game a little bit. And Marinov, we were talking about his race going so well, and I know he's just pitted for the softs, but I mean he's 36 seconds off the back of the pack.
Yellow flag sector 2. I think that's BFB Games in the wall again. He doesn't have a wing, so if the marshals on track feel like they could deploy the safety car. Actually, he doesn't have an M plate, so it's just an M plate.
He still stopped for quite a... I just realised as well, K1 has He's gained a second in this lap alone from the last time I checked the Delta at this point. And Dylan is in. So he's doing 9 laps. 9 laps off to end the race.
Gone on to.
Flatbread gets another 3 seconds.
Does he have a set of softs?
Well, he did. To be fair, he did start. He started on the softs. He did 6 laps on the softs at the start of the race. Oh, Shocker gets 3 seconds as well.
So now it's between Tide, Flatbread, Wave and K1. But K1 is comfortably 3 seconds ahead. All Tide needs to do is gain... Well, he makes a mistake a bit, and he has Naismith on the fresher tyres behind him. Is Naismith going to go for it?
Oh, contact is made.
Side by side. Naismith backs out. He does have the RS advantage on Tide though, so if Naismith can keep where he is now, he might be able to get past him on the straight.
Oh, he's lost the back end. He's gone, yeah.
Very lucky from Naismith there. He was dead last at one point.
I'm interested to see how this goes, because you've got the front 4 all on 10 lap old tyres, but the compound difference is mixed.
Oh, Wave hits a wall a little bit there. Don't think he has damage. Unless he does, it's minor, very minor, which doesn't affect you as much. But it's still, the time is crucial at these closing stages of the race, with 7 or so laps left. No.
8.
I genuinely don't. Yeah.
Kookaburra fastest lap, but it's been a very strange race. Oh,
yeah.
The Kookaburra, I was just watching Wave and Flatbread. Flatbread tucked right behind Wave.
I think Wave made a mistake.
He must have done, because
he's letting... Yeah.
Flatbread for DRS, and one boost there, if he can keep it tidy up until the hairpin, and he can have another boost of it down the straight.
These guys fighting behind K1 is letting him pull away, which Tyke doesn't want. He wants to clear these two first and then push for K1.
I mean, the way people are talking about the hard runners, this is effectively for the lead. If the mediums don't make it, that position change. Oh yeah, it's smart of Wave to back out.
Moves into second.
But arguably, this could be for the win, because I don't know if these softs, I don't know if these mediums make it to the end.
No, it'll be very touch and go for, obviously, as you say, K1 and Ty. Naismith, though, he's
in the mix, isn't he?
Yeah. I think if he continues with his pace, if Ty clears Wave, that'll give Naismith a chance to attack him and get fourth, effectively. But
I mean, just look at it on the map. K1 is, if you look at it on the minimap, K1 has legged it, and then you've got this 4-5 car train. Yeah, P2 down to P5. Yeah. All just nose to tail, just stuck together.
Yeah, it's going to be a very close finish, and obviously you want, as you say, for the championship, constructors and the drivers, Kookaburra is getting two points maximum if the safety car doesn't come out. So he's obviously wanting a safety car to come out, but then again, does he have the spare set of softs to make the gamble onto a new set?
And so he's already used one at least, but
yeah,
and we can do a quick workout for the constructors so far. So at the moment, the Merc boys are sat 7th and 8th, so they're getting 10 points. Kookaburra's got fastest lap, I think, as it stands. So they're bringing home 11. Oh, and they're just watching Naismith lose the back end slightly. He's lost himself from this train. So unless they, I mean, to be fair, if they're fighting, he might be able to catch back up. But yeah, Mercedes,
they are all in the DRS of each other.
Yeah. I mean, he's already caught back up, so that's slight overreaction there. But
and Dylan, and you have to obviously. Oh, Kookaburra is lagged out. Oh. That is.
I'll get him back in because that was big.
Yeah. Yeah. So. If I'm thinking correctly, if Dylan goes the way he's gone, he's obviously got, I'd say he's got about 9 seconds to K1, if that, about 9, 10, hang on, we'll look at the leader. He's 10 seconds behind K1. And that is going down slowly but surely. And he has Naismith, Tig, Flatbread and Wave to clear off before he gets to K1. With 5 laps to go, 10 seconds, he's looking at about, I'd say about 3 seconds a lap now.
5 laps left. Tig is sitting very nice without the Penso. That's one thing to bear in mind, because regardless, he's jumping the 2 guys in front of him.
Yep. So he's effectively going to be. Oh,
Mighty Rambo's out. Is it in the pits?
I thought that was on the track. Yeah, that's in the pits. Yeah.
Some people were probably praying that was on track, but I hope Kookaburra can get back in, because he is slipping back into bananas.
Yeah. So
Dylan's
Tig is harvesting his ERS.
This is I was just going to say, this is very interesting that I've only just realised there. Dylan, on his fresh mediums, is already caught up to this train.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes the move.
I didn't realise he was fucking literally alongside him.
He's already fully. He was just past Shocker, and he's already past Naismith, and he's already just fully in the mix of these people on their dead tyres. So I think Dylan clears all of these, and then he goes up to K1.
Yeah. Wave. I don't know if you've noticed. Did they collide?
Yeah, they locked wheels. I thought they were both going to die.
Yeah, so Wave hit the wall a bit. I don't know if he's got damage. It doesn't look like he's got damage, but then again, we're not on board. We haven't got his MFD, so we don't know. As there's an Alpha Tauri on the back of him. Tig's dropped positions.
Tig, I think he went into the grass. I think his tyres are cooked. 15 lap on the mediums. These mediums are going to be finished.
So K1 is, I'd say, about 9 seconds ahead of Dylan now, and he has 3 laps effectively to catch K1. 9 seconds in 3 laps, and he's on the fresher tyres, so maybe it's possible. Oh, goes into the back of Wave. I don't know who was at fault for that one.
I'm just sending K1 another invite just in case. But I mean,
he's still not in.
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's just dropped behind bananas. Yeah, he's still ghosted. It's a shame, because that's at least 8 places gone. Just trying to cut back through, and K1 gets up. That's big.
6 seconds. Yeah.
Because Dylan, you'd expect Dylan to get past Wave. I mean, he's squeezed out. That was a brave move. He's hugged that round the outside to get past Wave.
Oh, he lost it a bit.
Back.
They both lost it. Does that give Flatbread a chance now? It does. Flatbread can. Oh, he's going to hold it.
Oh, they've locked ties though. Oh, I mean,
it's like a Vettel and Hamilton.
Oh, this is going to get
2019.
Look at them. Oh, and this is good for Tig though. Tig's keeping them. Oh, and Wave gets cut off.
I think that lagged on my screen a bit there. I don't know if it lagged on your screen.
Slight lag, but they're all still alive. But Dylan's cleared this, and Dylan's now got free air to then go after. And they've collided.
I think
he reset the track as well. So regardless of the time, regardless of the track limits, that's a 3-second out. It's just a real shame.
I'll clip that. I think Wave slowed down very early, but he didn't want to, I don't know, it's very hard to...
This is stressful. Just watching the net.
Yeah.
This is all for position. 3 laps left. And Naismith gets head of Flatbread now. Yeah.
I say Naismith, what a recovery drive, honestly.
Yeah, well, I honestly thought when he was coming into the pits early on, I thought he was going to retire. So the fact that he stayed on, and he's still there, and let me just have a look at the penalties just to assess. Marinov, 18 seconds. I feel for him.
Oh dear.
But Wave, this is the big thing though with Wave. He was looking like he wasn't going to get any pens, and now he's up to 9, and he looks like he is really struggling on these tyres now. I mean, he's on
minimum. He'll get 6th.
I mean, 17 laps on these. He's got 2 laps left, but I mean, at this point, he just needs to keep on track, I think, because you'd expect.
Podium.
I mean, what's the pen situation for these guys? He is in the advantage.
Naismith's on 3.
So I'd say because even if Tig jumps him, Tig's gonna get that 3 seconds. No, 5 seconds. He's gonna get a 5 second for a reset. Yeah. Kookaburra still not in the lobby though. it's a shame. I don't know if his internet's gonna.
Oh, we spoke too soon.
What did he just lose the back end? I just cut away
Yeah,
from
he
him.
lost that back end.
That's.
Our luck.
I think that's the third time he's done that. I know. We should just, if we don't like someone, we just say, "Oh, and Wave, he's doing a great race so far." But it looks like it could be. I mean, Flatbread still got the penalty disadvantage to Naismith though. So even though he spun, Naismith, he's still within that 3 seconds. So he's still looking solid.
Yeah.
The
closing stage of the race.
The interesting thing though that is K1 is fine. He's keeping Dylan at bay, which I didn't necessarily expect. That gap is. I mean, that gap has to come down by 2 seconds because of the pens.
Yeah. So if K1, look, Dylan's gaining rapidly. Unless Dylan makes a mistake, I don't know.
I don't think
it might be very close.
They both have no ERS. Both have no ERS, but it's 5 seconds. He's got 1 lap to lose 2 seconds. I mean, K1 has to have an absolute stinker this last lap. But we could be witnessing greatness here. K1, he won the cross lobby test yesterday, and he's on for his first win in the league. He's been getting a couple of podiums here and there. He's had a good season, slightly messy with collisions, but he's been still finding himself on the podium. I think he's got 2 so far, and he's on the last lap, 4.5 seconds up the road. Yeah.
I mean, I'll hand it to K1. This has been a very, very incredible drive.
19 laps on the mediums. I mean, that is a mega stint. So regardless of what happens, K1, Naismith and Tig all on these mega stints on these dead mediums. I mean, fair play.
Do we think is Dylan going to get it?
I don't think he is. I mean, he's eaten another near second out, but I mean, he's got 2 turns left, and he's got a second to make up. So Wave gets another 3 seconds. That's killed him.
That's his podium chances.
Not just podium, but I'm looking at the gaps, and that's going to send him flying down. That could even send him down to 2 Mercs, which is awful for the constructors. K1, he kept it nice and tight. I get he was bricking it for warnings, but he comes across the line. It's 3.5. K1 wins on track.
Is that
Dylan? Does he do it? No, K1 wins by half a second. K1 gets his first win in the House of Racing. Dylan, a great recovery drive, brings it up to P2. Wave finishes P3.
Tig got a 3 seconds.
Oh, but I mean, he's going to get another though as well.
Side by side at the line. Tig got 3rd.
Ty gets
only
3rd.
Just.
But he will get the penalty for resetting the track.
200ths of a second.
Oh, I mean, Naismith probably wanted it on track, but like I said, the pen will go for Tig. Naismith might get reported as well, from what I'm being heard, so there might be a couple reports flying around. Wave though, he's dropped down to 7th, so he has gone down to the Mercedes boys. So even though he had pole and he had that chance of a potential podium, not a massive gain for them in the construction. I mean, Kookaburra has just left the server. I don't know if that might be just rage from his race, so hopefully he comes back. We'll see what happens with Wave. Ferrari, so they do lead the constructors still. They leave with an advantage. I mean, two drivers with points for Mercedes, but only 1 for Ferrari, so there is that. But I mean, I think Mercedes, they've slightly missed their chance there.
Yeah, it's been, the penalties have really affected the majority of people actually. Flatbread getting driver there. You know what? He did start close to dead last, I believe. I don't know where he qualified. Did he qualify last?
Who's this? Naismith?
Flatbread.
Flatbread. No, I think Flatbread was in a relatively decent position. And we see Flatbread was 13th.
13th. 13th to 5th.
Look at the pens. Everyone's just with pens.
Yeah. Who would your driver of the day be, Josh?
I mean, I'd be tempted just to give it to K1 and be boring and say a race winner, but I think any of the guys near the top could get it.
Yeah.
In terms of their stints they did in the end.
Like most of the top 6, like looking at like Bananas and Flatbread and Naismith, they all started like quite low down, but there has been like a couple of DNFs, 4 DNFs actually, 5 actually. No,
5, yeah.
1,
I'll
2,
run through the order
3,
quick.
4.
So K1 wins the race. First victory in the Hazard Racing. Well deserved. Dylan gets P2. Ty gets his P3, but it looks like he may be dropping down with a post-race pen. Naismith, great recovery drive up to P4. Flatbread, P5. Bananas up from 14th up to P6. Wave, P7. Shocker gets P8. Kookaburra gets P9. Zippy gets the last point and gets P10. BFB Games on his first race gets 11th, just missing out on a point. And then Marinov rounds out the last of the finishers with 5 retirees. Oh, do you know what? That was actually a decent race. I'll take that. Lots of pens, but I think that was to be expected from Montreal.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen in F1.
Oh, I think it will. But yeah, let's see. If people want to tune in for the F1 race, that's on Sunday, 6 p.m. UK time. Should be a good race. Very close in the standings. We'll see how many we have racing. Hopefully we have decent numbers. But in terms of the F2 will be back next Friday, same time, and it is Vegas. So we'll see who turns up. I mean, there has been slight drama in the Discord, so we'll see if we can get some drivers back in for the race. So yeah, we'll see that next Friday. Hopefully, Alfie, I might see you there. I might see you next Friday if you're free.
Possibly, mate. Yeah, I'm
Might,
always free, mate.
Might be back with the Monza trio from last week, so we'll see if we can get that back together for Vegas. Cool. Tune in for
Ted
Sunday.
Kravitz.
Yeah. Tune in for
I've
Sunday.
been promoted to Martin Brundle.
Yeah, tune in for Sunday and then tune in next Friday for round 11 of 12. And thank you everyone for watching.